Welcome back Pokefans to part 9 of my Pokemon Flora Sky series. Alright, last episode we made our way through Route P and we have reached a new town. We are currently in Habitus town, and when I was exploring Route P I was able to actually find a Miral. So I did decide to actually go ahead and add this one into our team. As you all might remember, we did have a Gyarados at level 31, but since it didn't really learn any water type move or flying type move, I had no other choice to, switch it. I think the only way that Gyarados would learn a move would be probably by using a TM. And currently, since we don't really have any water type TM or flying type TM, it's kind of, useless in the team. So I did decide to go ahead and switch it with Miral. Alright, in this episode we'll quickly go ahead and look what we have here in Habitus town. If not, we do have another city to go ahead and visit as well. So I'm really excited about that. For now, let's quickly go ahead and check out the mart over here. There are a lot of different shops and each of them do sell different items. The first vendor over here was selling dolls, which is quite nice. The second one is going to be selling energy based items, which is quite useful if you're training up your team members. The last merchant over here will actually ask you for TM secret power. Now if you do have this TM, he'll actually sell you different items, but since we don't really have it for now, we won't really be able to get any items from him. Alright, Habitus town is quite small. We don't really have anything else going on over here. Now there is gonna be a very small cutscene that's actually coming up, and we do have to have a Pokemon that knows Rock Smash as well as Strength in order to move on with the story. So in case if you have teased it to your Zigzagoon and you don't have it in your team, I would definitely suggest you guys to add that one into your team before you come back over here. Alright, here we have a NPC who's actually telling that his house has been blocked. So we do have to help him out by clearing it out. Alright, let me quickly use Strength, and since I do have a Pokemon that knows Rock Smash, which is my Growlithe, I can actually go ahead and break these rocks as well. Alright, now he is going to be actually thanking us, and we are actually invited to his house. So that is the next place that we have to go, but before we go there, I just wanted to explore the shore. Since it's quite small and since we don't really have anything over here, it seems, we can actually go ahead and talk to him in its house. He'll actually help us go to the next city, which is pretty good. Let's quickly go ahead and talk to him. And Searound city is the next city that we are going to be visiting. So all we have to do is just come here and talk to him. And as you might have seen, there was a Lapras right here, and it's going to be helping us cross the ocean for now. Alright, here is Route M, which is unexplored. Route N is unexplored as well. And I believe once we get the chance to actually surf, we can actually go ahead and surf through this route. We do have a lot of trainers in this route, so we can definitely come back in the future to battle them all. Alright, here we are in Searound city. We do have a few trainers right over here, so we can actually go ahead and just defeat them before we move on. Alright, the first one is going to be a fisherman with a shelter. I believe this is the first time we're actually seeing a shelter, and it's quite nice. Regarding the water type Pokemons in this game, I have seen Drizzle in Route P as well as Miral. There was Psyduck over there as well. Now if you do want any of these Pokemons, you would have to wait for the Good Rod until you catch a better Pokemon. You will be able to get Good Rod right after the Searound city. So the next town that we are visiting after this city is the place where we'll be able to get a Good Rod. So it's not too far. If you're if you really want to have a water type Pokemon right away, I would definitely recommend using one of those that are available and then switching out on a later stage. At least that is what I just did with my Gyarados. Alright, that was just a random NPC. Apparently I thought he was gonna battle us. That's alright. We do have a small kid over here who would probably battle us as well. which is quite nice. Now, I don't think we have too many things in Searound city, but there is a gym over here as well, so we do have a chance to get our 4th gym badge. So that is really amazing. This 4th gym is gonna be a ice type gym, so if you have a fire type Pokemon, that will actually help you a lot. There is a chance of catching a Vulpix, which is actually north of Torzoro city. So if you have a chance of going back over there, you can definitely go ahead and catch that Vulpix. If you don't want it, you still have the Volcano Path that is en route I, where you'll be able to find Numel. I believe we can find Torkoal over there and some other fire type Pokemons. Now, even though I do have my Growlithe, I don't think it's gonna be able to do the amount of damage that I want it to, just because the fact that it is still unevolved, and Growlithe by itself has a quite low defense and special defense. But since we do have other team members, I think the other team members can definitely help out. Mainly, I think Gardevoir is gonna be helping out, considering it does have a really good special attack and it should be able to take down the team leader's Pokemons. Alright, here we have another trainer, so let's quickly go ahead and battle him. He actually has a Totodile, man, that's nice. You don't really get to see starter Pokemons on NPCs, so it's nice to see one over here. I believe we are able to catch one for ourselves in the future, but I'm not really sure in which route we'll be able to find it. For now, I have gone ahead and checked. We don't really have any Pokemon that we can get in Searound city, but there is a trading that is available. If you have caught a Lickitung before, you can actually go ahead and swap it for a Riolu, which is quite nice. But I don't think we are able to catch Lickitung till now. According to the encounters, I don't think we'll be able to find one till now. So I think for now you do have to wait for it. Maybe in the future you'll be able to find it in a particular route and you can come back for the Riolu. Personally, I'm not really interested in Riolu, so I don't think I need one. But this is the NPC where you'll be able to, trade your Lickitung for a Riolu. Not bad. I think this is actually a really good trade. Now, if I did have a chance of finding Lickitung, definitely would have gone ahead and traded it. But since we do not have it, I think for now we can actually move on. Alright. Seems like this is a dead end. Not really sure why we have this lake over here. Either way, let's go ahead and just explore the city before we go ahead and challenge the gym leader. There is also another underground passage where we can actually challenge some trainers as well. Now, I would definitely recommend going to the underground passage, battling the trainers and then coming back for the gym. Personally, that is what I have, or what I will be going ahead and doing as well, just because leveling up my team members is a better idea. As far as I have checked, the Pokemons will be around level 34. I think that's the highest level of Pokemon that the gym leader will have. So it is better to have your Pokemon around level 34 before you enter the gym, just to make sure that you have a better chance to win it. Right? Seems like we don't really have anything important in the city. I mean, we don't really have any items that we can pick up or any kind of Pokemons that we can, get. Alright, at least there is a library. Not that it's gonna help us, but we do have that over here. Alright, I think that covers the whole city. We don't really have anything much to do. So let me just go ahead and check out this museum. Alright, it seems like we do have a Team Aqua member over here, which means we might have some battles with Team Aqua members in this museum. Alright, we do have the admin for it over here as well, who is Shelly, apparently. Alright, wondered if she's gonna be battling us. Seems like we do have two grunts over here coming up, and we might have a one-on-one constant battle. I mean, we don't really get to heal ourselves in between, but that is okay. I do have Aaron up in front, but I'll just go ahead and switch out to Morga. should be able to help me. And I don't think these battles are gonna be too tough. I mean, if you do have your electric type Pokemon up in front, you don't really have to worry about getting any kind of damage. As you can see, you will be easily able to take these Pokemons down. Alright, that is actually one trainer down, and let's go ahead and challenge the second one as well. Now I did go ahead and give the experience share to Meryl just to make sure that it does level up. I will definitely go ahead and level it up to level 34 before the 4th gym, just to make sure that it is able to help me in the gym battle as well. Alright, here we have a Shelter, which is quite nice. Again, this is the second time we're seeing it, and we haven't really got a chance to catch Pokemons like these. I believe Shelter is a really good Pokemon. It is a water and I believe a part ice type, which is really helpful, and I think it does negate a lot of weaknesses for it, and it is pretty strong. Alright, seems like Meryl is definitely leveling up. It was at level 13 when I caught it, 13 to 14, and now it is at level 17. So definitely it seems to be leveling up pretty fast. Alright, we have defeated both the trainers over here, which is quite good. I wonder if the admin will battle us as well. Alright, she is gonna be battling us. That is quite nice. I think we have finally battled both the admins of the Magma and Aqua over here. Alright, she does have a Sharpedo, which means I again have to go ahead and switch out my Aaron. Just because I feel like I should have done it before this battle, but I didn't really realize that we were gonna have a battle over here. Not bad. Razor Leaf is definitely doing a lot of damage. I'm not really sure if Grottle will be learning any newer moves, but it should be actually evolving at level 32, so that is pretty good. Alright, that almost took it down, so we do have to try once more, and we are able to take down the Sharpedo as well. Alright, not bad. Okay, Meryl is level 18, which is pretty good. And now that we have defeated Admin Shelly over here, we can actually go ahead and exit this museum as well. And surprisingly, Meryl is actually evolving at level 18. That's nice. I thought it does evolve at 20, but I guess I was wrong. This is really good because Azumarill is quite strong and it should be able to help us a lot in the upcoming Ice-type gym as well. Alright, this is pretty good. Seems like it didn't really learn any new moves, but I believe it will learn Bubble Beam around level 34, so it should be helpful. Seems to me like Team Aqua over here was definitely trying to steal the blueprint for the submarine, which means we do have to keep our eye on Team Aqua as well, just in case they try to pull off something bad. Anyway, now that we have completed all this stuff over here, I do want to go ahead and just check out the passage that we have in this city. There are quite a lot of trainers over there and they are pretty strong as well. And they are a really good place for us to train up our team members. As you can see, my team members are at level 31 and I definitely want them to be around level 34. So we can actually go ahead and check out how many trainers there are over here. Let me quickly go ahead and switch in my Growlithe up in front and we should go ahead. Alright, seems like there are a few items that we can pick up as well, which is quite nice. And here is our very first trainer with a Gligar. Alright, I guess Growlithe over here wasn't really the best Pokemon to switch out into front, especially when we have a Gligar. So let me actually switch in to Grottle. I didn't really want to switch into Azumarill just because it doesn't really have Bubble Beam in its moveset. Gordogun definitely does the damage, but since it's quite lower leveled, it is around level 18, I think it's better to actually go to Grottle. Alright, it seems like Gligar is faster. Now the only issue with Turtwig's evolutions is the fact that it does become a lot slower. I believe Torterra is gonna be way slower than Grottle as well, which is something I might have to keep in my mind. Considering that, Grottle can definitely go ahead and get hit by a fire type move, and Torterra is gonna get its damages as well. So I might have to be a bit careful when I'm using them. I'm actually used to using very high speed, high attack Pokemons in my team usually. And having a Pokemon that's a bit more in the defensive side and a bit slower is something that I would have to look out for. Alright, at least Gardevoir is definitely helping us. I feel like it has been carrying my team till now, and it's definitely still carrying my team. I'm pretty sure it's one of the strongest team members I have for now. The only issue is that Gardevoir doesn't really learn that much of a moveset. As you can see, currently the only two moves that he can actually use is Confusion and Psychic. So I might have to check out my TMs and teach it a new move. Alright, we have a small partition for another room over here. And there are two trainers. There was a chance for me to actually have a double battle, but if I did have a double battle, it would actually block my path, and I would have to definitely go back to kind of reset this area. Since I didn't really want to do that, I just went ahead and had a single battle over here. Alright, this trainer actually has a Monferno, which is really cool. I think this is the first time we're seeing a secondary evolution of a starter Pokemon. Nice to see, and since we don't have a Monferno, it's nice to see this one. I think that's the most thing. Alright, let's see how much damage we can actually do with our Emolga. Now, even though Emolga doesn't really evolve, it is doing pretty well for itself right now in this level. I'm not really sure if the same is gonna be in the future, but we'll definitely see. In any case, if Emolga isn't quite strong enough, then I might actually go ahead and switch it out for another Pokemon in the future. Alright, here we have a Buffalont, which is the first time we're actually seeing one. I believe we'll be able to find it in the Safari Zone, but again, it might be one of those rare Pokemons. Either way, we are able to take it down with 2 Psychic, so as usual, Gardevoir is the way to go for me. Alright, we have defeated it as well. Let's quickly go ahead and battle the other trainer before we go ahead and pick up the item. And this trainer, I believe, is gonna be a Psychic type trainer, so let's see how our Growlithe will do against it. Now, unlike the normal Pokemon games where we do get definite directions of where we have to go, I feel like this ROM hack particularly doesn't really have any kind of indication of where we are supposed to go next in many areas. So it might be a bit confusing when you're playing this game. Definitely the first time when I played this game, I struggled a bit to find out where we had to particularly go. And definitely that is the reason why I decided to do this challenge. But I do definitely like the fact that the trainers over here in this game are way tougher than a normal Pokemon game. They definitely have some really good Pokemons, and the movesets of the Pokemons are great as well. And as you can see, the level in which the Pokemons are is definitely challenging as well. So that is the main reason why I like these ROM hacks. I know there are a few ROM hacks which are a bit easier than this one, but I feel like that does resemble a lot of the normal Pokemon games. Especially, Sword and Shield, which is way easier just because of the wild area where, you can definitely level up your team members as much as you want even before the first gym battle, which makes it way easier for anyone who is playing to just go ahead and go through the whole game in a breeze. Alright, we were able to take down a Soul Rock right now with our Aaron, who's definitely doing a lot more damage. And I believe that Aaron will be evolving before the 4th gym, so that is really good as well. Alright, we have actually found the HM for Air Cutter. Now in this game, The HM cut is actually called Air Cutter, and it's a flying type move in this game, which is really good because I can actually go ahead and teach this move for my Emolga, who definitely needs a flying type move. Alright, here we have another trainer with a Krokorok. Again, it's an evolved form of Sandile and really powerful. I think we do have to switch out our Growlithe, and let's see who we can actually switch into. Now I know that Emolga can't really do too much of a damage, but by the look of it, it definitely tried using Sandtomb, which means switching into Emolga was a better thing to do over there. But sadly, Emolga doesn't really have a good moveset, so I did have to switch back into Grottle. Seems like it did hit it with a Swagger, which is pretty bad. But okay, never mind. I do have to switch out my Grottle at this point. Swagger is a really bad move. I mean, you can definitely try using it on your opponent as well, but I believe that the AI does know how to use that move way better than me personally, so I would never use that move on my opponent. Alright, it seems like it definitely is trying to confuse all of my team members. So let me actually switch out back into Grottle and hope that it doesn't use Dig. Okay, it didn't use Dig, so we do have a chance. Never mind. We do have to switch out. Seems like sadly Grottle is not able to do its damage. It's not able to help me as much as I wanted to. So I might be forced to use Emolga for this one. It does have strength, which is a pretty good move, and yup, we were able to take it down with one crit hit. So that was pretty amazing. Alright, Growlithe has finally, learning Flame Wheel. This is really good, so let me quickly go ahead and teach it that move. This move is going to be helping us in the upcoming Ice Gym, just because of the fact that Growlithe is the only Fire-type Pokemon that I have. And definitely it's going to be playing a much bigger role in the gym. Alright. Now that we have defeated this trainer, I think we can actually go ahead and move on. We do have a double battle right here, which is quite nice. And as you can see in this underground area, which is quite small, we are actually having a lot of trainers. So this is actually really good. It's a good place to level up your team members as well. And I think it's a good area to actually go through. But definitely we won't be able to pass through the underground area, I think the other exit, just because of the fact that we do have to have our 4th gym badge before we can move on. Alright, here we have a Noctowl, which is the first time we're actually seeing it, and it's amazing. I really like Noctowl because I have definitely used it a lot in my Johto region playthroughs, and it is definitely one of the stronger flying type Pokemon in that game. But it definitely does have a really good defense stat, so it doesn't really go down that easily unless you use an electric type move on it. Alright, here we are definitely focusing on taking the Noctowl down. I'm not really concerned too much on the Emolga over there. We can definitely take care of that one. And it seems like Emolga is just using Fly, which is quite weird. I mean, it should at least try using another move, but Fly doesn't really do any kind of damage to me. Well, now that Noctowl is down, we can finally go ahead and focus more on taking down Emolga. Although it is a bit trickier considering it does use a Fly move over here. Okay. Aaron seems to be very unlucky since it did get paralyzed. But at least we should be able to take down Emolga in 2 hits, even though Aaron is not able to hit it over here. And we have taken it down as well. Not bad. I really like the Pokemons that these trainers are actually using, and I'm definitely enjoying myself playing this game. So I'm really happy to see a variety of Pokemons over here. Alright, we do have one more trainer before we can pick up the item that is way south from this area. And I believe it's one of the good items, so we do have to make our way over there. Right, this trainer actually has a Slugma, And Slugma is definitely one of those Pokemons that I have not used that much. I think I only used it once and it wasn't really up to my expectations, so I ended up just switching it out. But if you are interested in using a unique Pokemon in your team, you can definitely go ahead and try using Slugma. It does evolve into a Macargo, which is a fire and rock type. So quite unique, and really I am not sure how to actually use that Pokemon. Maybe that's my issue. Either way, we were able to defeat it, and we do have Torchic coming up over here. Quite nice to see it. Definitely will be able to catch these Hoenn starters in this game as well, which means I still have my eyes on the Mudkip that we can get. If I do get Mudkip, I will definitely go ahead and switch out my Azumarill for it. So until then, Azumarill will be in my team. I mean, Azumarill doesn't really get variety of moves, but it definitely has some solid water type moves, so I'm happy about that. Alright, now that we have picked up the item, we can finally go ahead and move on forward to the north. Again, we have a lot of trainers in this route, so I am really happy about that. Here we have our next trainer, who is actually a psychic type, and she has a Munna. That is nice to see. I have used Munna before. Really not that strong. I mean, it does have a really good special attack stat, but it isn't as fast as a Gardevoir is, so it definitely is in the slower side, which might be a disadvantage for it considering it doesn't really have that good of a defense or special defense. Alright, we were able to take it down with our Growlithe, and it seems like the trainer has a Kirlia. That's nice. Now this Kirlia might know Psychic considering it is at level 29, but at least we should be able to take it down in the next hit. I was lucky that it didn't really use any moves on me other than double team, which doesn't really help us a lot. But we were able to take it down, and I'm really happy that Growlithe is able to finally stand on its own and being able to, defeat some opponents by itself. Alright, there is the exit, but we'll definitely go ahead and just pick up the item ball that we see down here before we move on. Alright, here we have a PP Max, which is a really good move. I feel like all of these items that we get over here is a really good thing. It at least prevents me from buying more items. And this is actually the last trainer that we have in this area. Alright, he's actually a collector with a Dunsparce, which is quite nice. I mean, you don't see many trainers using Dunsparce in a ROM hack. And I have never seen that happen in a normal Pokemon game either. So it's really nice to see a Dunsparce over here. Now, since we have definitely come to Searound City and explored the city, defeating all the trainers in the underground, I think this is actually a really good place for me to actually end out this episode. At least once I have gone out of this underground pass. We do have to definitely still level up my team members. As you can see, they are still at level 31. I do have to level them up at least 2 to 3 levels more. I think I'll definitely go with level 34 for the next gym. And anyway, we can actually go ahead and just cover up the gym in the next, episode. For now, we have defeated the last trainer in this underpass. And you might have seen there was a grandpa who was actually blocking the way out. And if you do go ahead and talk to him, he'll actually tell you that you do have to have the 4th badge. This is actually the ice badge to move on to Trapos Island, which I believe is the next place that we have to make our way to. Well, after looking around a bit more, I actually decided to go ahead and at least enter this next gym. We do seem to have an ice puzzle over here. So if you do want to actually get the solution for the ice puzzle, you can definitely follow the way I'm actually going ahead over here, and you'll be easily able to go through these puzzles. Now I did actually struggle a bit more in the second room. Apparently I wasn't able to figure out what to do over here. Well, I think I might have got how to go through this one. Not really sure why I struggled so much, but it seemed pretty easy after I actually figured it out. Anyway, that is how we are supposed to actually cross through the second room, and we do have another puzzle, which is the third one over here, which is again quite easy. And once we have gone through this, we do have to go through this long corridor, and it's gonna be actually ending out into another room. I think this is actually a really good place for me to go ahead and end out this episode. In the next episode, we'll definitely go ahead and explore all of these areas that we have here and battle all of the trainers. And here is the current level of all my team members. They're all at level 31 except Azumarill, who I'll definitely go ahead and level up to level 34. Thank you all for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one.